Have you ever dyed papers with coffee? I haven't. I'm going to try it today. So welcome back, friends. So I think I tried this once before with tea, and I was underwhelmed with the results. And I said I was going to try it again with stronger tea, but I bought some espresso, and then I got busy with other things, and I never got around to it. So today's the day. We have some espresso coffee. I tried to make it look pretty dark. I'm hoping it's strong enough. I also did some resist. So this is the Daniel Smith Artist Masking Fluid. And so I did a little bit on a piece of paper yesterday, so it's all dry and ready for us today. And that's what our tiny tip's going to be this time. Let's get to it. So I mixed up some instant espresso. And of course, I realized after I poured it into this tray that I didn't make enough. So and this is the Café Bustelo. So I'm making a concentrate here. I'm making sure it's well mixed. And this is what I'm going to use to dye the paper. And hopefully I have enough coffee in here to give me a nice color. I don't want it to be super dark. I want it to sort of be like an aged paper. But I have a feeling that the coffee in the tray needs to be really dark and rich in order for this to happen. So as I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, no, we need some more. So now it looks nice and dark. And I'm just checking to make sure, because the first batch that I did, I actually used hot water because I thought that's what I needed. Okay, so I'm going to start with some dictionary paper. And this paper is already a little bit aged around the edges. And I also have this paper here that has the Daniel Smith. I'm cutting it down to size so it'll fit in the tray. And we're not going to waste that other sheet. Definitely not. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go first with that one just to do a test. So it was at this point that I realized I didn't lay it down any kind of like protective surface or anything. So I went and got my tarp that I get from like Lowe's. It's really good, especially if you're working with acrylic paint. So I put a stencil underneath there. I just wanted to see if that was going to do anything. And also I decided I'm going to try string. So now this is a thin tissue paper that I have. And I'm going to dip it in and then put it right over the string. But as you can see, this paper is just falling apart. So it's one of the really thin papers that I was trying out a couple of months ago on the plate. And yeah, it was too delicate. So I thought I would try some medical exam paper, because at least that is kind of like wet strength tissue in that it doesn't tear that easily. So that seemed to be working. And I'm hoping where the string is, I'm going to get a nice dark line. So now this is where I'm using the masking fluid. And I have another table off to the side that I'm going to have to leave some of these to dry. And here is our dictionary paper. So I'm hoping that some of those drips will also make some interesting marks on the paper. So like I said, I am drying some of these off on the side, but I'll show you in a second. And I really, really am hoping that I'm going to get these marks that I'm seeing now. But I suspect that when we dry them, they're going to be lighter. So I decided to also take one and I'm going to use the medical exam paper again, and I am going to lay it over this stencil. So I just wanted to take another tray and just splash some of the coffee around and use the medical exam paper again and just blot it in there so I get some really, really light marks. So I kind of like the stencil idea, but I want to try it with a heavier paper. So this is a heavier rice paper. It's the Yasutomo paper, the 6H, I think it is. It's a 9 by 12 pad. I'm going to put it over this cobblestone stencil, and we'll see how that dries. So here's everything drying on the other table. We don't have great lighting over here, so I don't have any windows in this studio. So when I'm not under the big lights, you see like the lighting's really bad. But we've got all kinds of things drying over here. I don't know if this stencil's going to work, especially on the thicker paper, but I'm also hoping that just on the tarp itself, how we're getting these weird shapes and everything, I'm hoping that they're going to dry nicely. But my experience, at least with the tea, was that where you think it's going to have this nice dark rich color, it disappears to almost nothing. So we'll see. We'll see how well these all dry. So right around this time, I got this bright idea to take just the instant coffee and sprinkle it onto some of these papers. I went a little bit nuts on some of them, but I think it's going to be fabulous. I mean, I'm going to get the rich color, that's for sure. Okay, so obviously the ones that I sprinkled the coffee on worked really well. And we got some, the string was actually pretty successful. I think next time I would try dipping the string in coffee as well, just to see if that would do anything. But I like that paper a lot. I think it's going to really, when it's glued down, it's going to be really nice. But I also like the darkness around the edges, like where it's torn. Pretty nice. Okay, so let's, this is just a plain piece of rice paper. Oh no, this was the rice paper over the mask. And you just see that very, very lightly. So that wasn't very successful. Now over the stencil, it's still really delicate. And that pink that you're seeing, I used that stencil last week with some alcohol ink. And so I guess it reactivated. But I don't dislike it. This is a nice accident. But we have some holes and some tears, but that's going to be a fun one to use. You can actually see the stencil designs in some areas. This next one is also the Yasutomo paper. That's the heavier rice paper. It really feels stiff now, like much stiffer than when it was just plain rice paper. So this is the paper that I'm talking about. It's the 6H, and it's a 9 by 12. So I'm not in love with that one because I don't like thick papers. I think that thinner one is much nicer. This is the same paper on top of the cobblestone stencil. And on the rough side, it really looks nice. On the other side, you still see the markings, but not as much. And I love that edge. So I definitely think this can be used for a collage of some kind in combination with, one of these other papers. So I also kind of like this one. Again, it's that stiffer paper. But that edge is just beautiful. And I'm just testing it by tearing it. So the color is showing all the way through, so you're not seeing any white paper. That makes sense, actually. So this is the one where I just dipped the medical exam paper into the tray with just a little bit of coffee. And I love the subtle patterns that it made and the very random pattern. That would be very useful. We always need these neutral papers, you know. This is a great way to get them. So I got a little bit of dotting there with the coffee. It's kind of interesting. Now we're going to tackle the masking fluid. So I have to rub it off with this little rubber thing. It's one of those things we used to use with rubber cement years ago, if you're familiar with that. And you just work at it a little at a time. And we're left with this very subtle pattern. I have a feeling this probably works better with watercolor, but I wanted to see how well it would work when we were dyeing papers. And I like the subtle patterns that it's making. And this is a sheet of, I had like one leftover Art Advantage paper. So it's not as thick as that other rice paper that I was using. But it's not as thin as the very first one that fell apart. It's somewhere in between. I loved that paper. It was because it was the perfect weight. It was very lightweight, but it was sturdy. And it's great for this process, but I can't get it anymore. But so I really should do this test again with a heavier rice paper and maybe with some of the lighter papers. But I have a feeling the lighter papers are not going to be able to withstand the rubbing that I need to do in order to get the masking fluid off, leaving me with the design. But it looks fantastic. I won't bore you. I had to like really work hard at this, but it really did look fantastic in the end. Very subtle, very nice. I'm definitely going to use it again. Plan out a better design next time. This was just a test. Wasn't doing anything special. But even some of those straight lines that I made that I wasn't really thinking anything special, I like how feathery they are and how nice they are, and the dots too. If I just did a page of dots, this would be great paper to have in my stash. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm trying to do a tiny tip every week because I think they're really valuable. They're short attention span. Sometimes during the week we're really busy. My longer form content is always on a Sunday when we have a little bit more time, you know, to watch a longer video. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you next time. So don't forget to create, inspire, and share. Bye-bye.